and I assume to visit the ancestral home of McDonald's? So let's find out more in our ongoing segment, Trump Meets World.
International humiliation, one after another.
As we said, Trump is in Scotland right now, seeing as his favorite island destination has been shut down.
Desi Lydic doesn't just roast Donald Trump, she dismantles him. With sarcasm sharper than his ties and precision deadlier than his slogans, she tears apart his ego blunders and fantasy policies. Every brag becomes a punchline. Every contradiction fresh fuel for comedy. If Trump is the circus, Desi is the ringmaster who sets it on fire. She doesn't exaggerate, she just shines a spotlight on his chaos and lets the absurdity collapse. For every myth he builds, she delivers the wrecking ball.
Let's kick things off with meme coin entrepreneur Donald Trump, who also moonlights as President of the United States. Yesterday, he went to Fort Bragg to give a speech to his favorite men in uniform who aren't in the Village People. He was there to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the Army, so of course he ended up discussing Joe Biden.
We had a grossly unfit president. And by the way, I've known this guy for a long time. He was never the sharpest bulb.
Sharpest bulb. What a wordsmith.
His presidential strategy feels like a script written by a billionaire with Wi-Fi from 2009. Desi Lydic didn't just roast Donald Trump, she deep-fried his ego and served it back with a side of his own nonsense. She turns his obsession with ratings into pure satire and his narcissism into comedy gold. Trump can't escape her precision, every outburst becomes seasoning for her roast. The facts alone, dipped in irony, are enough to torch his image.
Finally, Donald Trump is going to release the Epstein files. He is the only president with the courage to... Hello? President said what? It's like I've always said, enough with the Epstein files, all right? Just move on already. I've been watching Fox News for 253 hours straight, and I'm ready to Fox-plain why the Epstein files are a massive scandal that MAGA patriots everywhere must stand up and...
There he stands again, chest puffed like a trophy to bad decisions. Chin up hair, ignoring gravity, pretending confidence is leadership. His speeches, more like motivational rambling from a timeshare salesman hopped up on energy drinks. Trump turns every podium into a stage play, but the tragedy is he's the comic relief who doesn't know it. The world watches confused while Desi turns his drama into punchlines sharp enough to cut through the delusion.
Yeah, it's official. America's elected its first criminal president before electing its first female president. What a day for proud felonists. What the actual America? We have had two qualified, accomplished women nominated for president, and both times they lost to the worst man in the whole country.
Desi looked at his executive orders and laughed. This isn't leadership, it's cosplay for reality TV fans. While crises burned, Trump gave America press conferences with the nutritional value of cotton candy. His solutions spun like carnival rides, leaving everyone dizzy and none the wiser. Desi Lydic cut through the fluff, exposing the emptiness behind his theatrics. Every signature, every speech, every staged performance fodder for her relentless roast.
Kamala Harris is crushing it. She's up in the polls. She's raising tons of money. She collected the white man infinity stone. It all poses a big problem for Donald Trump, who's been trying everything he can think of to stop her ascent. He's been insulting her race even more, insulting her gender, even more race stuff.
He marched into office like he was auditioning for a role he already failed at, this time with more sequins, less shame. Trump's policies read like Mad Libs from a sugar crash. One second it's saving the economy, the next it's toilets not flushing right. The White House became less a seat of power and more a reboot no one wanted. Desi tore into that absurdity, turning his greatest failures into comedy masterstrokes.
Thinking a secret of billionaires' private sex island sounds kind of intriguing. Wrong.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years.
This is old news, and not in the fun Benghazi sort of way. Biden tripped on the stairs as recently as 2 years ago. And what about this salacious scandal?
The auto pen, which is, by the way, I think the biggest scandal. That's the scandal they should be talking about.
Desi didn't flinch. She dug into his climate denial like a comedian chasing buried treasure. Trump treats science like a bad fortune cookie, ignoring reality while the planet sweats bullets. His walls rise faster than his sentences, his budgets collapse like party balloons. Debt ceilings. To him, pinatas at a kid's birthday. Desi roasted his genius by showing the math chaotic, delusional, and painted over with fake superlatives.
And during his campaign, Donald Trump promised that America would be climbing the respect charts again.
Under my leadership, America soon will be respected again, very quickly, respected like never before. America will be respected again and admired again. If we win, America will be feared and respected again.
Oh, yeah. Remember Trump's garbage era when he wore a garbage costume and drove up in a garbage truck? It was like, yum, yum.
When Desi tackled his diplomacy logic, practically coughed in the distance. Trump's strategy swings between war threats and Nobel dreams like a teenager with mood swings. One day he hugs dictators, the next he tweets heartbreak. International summits feel like sitcom reruns, and Trump walks in like a buffet guest desperate for attention. Meanwhile, Desi Lydic stands by with punchlines sharper than policy, exposing how a pandemic became his branding opportunity.
Yesterday, Donald Trump unveiled his big plan to relocate Gazans and turn their homeland into the world's holiest Hard Rock hotel and casino. And today, the reviews are in. The Arab world hates it, Democrats condemn it, Republicans have problems with it, and the Palestinians won't abide by it. Or as Trump says...
Can we ask about your Gaza proposal? A lot of people are talking about, obviously,
Everybody loves it.
I stand corrected. I guess everybody...
When Trump mused about injecting disinfectant, Desi didn't even need a joke. The absurdity toppled on its own. Facts to him are fashion trends. Wear them today, deny them tomorrow. He sharpies hurricane maps into fiction and still claims expertise. Desi carved through his vanity, mocking the spray tan, the comfort tie, the swampery staffed with shinier frogs. Nepotism turned the White House into Keeping Up with the Cronies, and Desi roasted the cast like a dysfunctional sitcom.
Yesterday was Election Day. We were all hoping it would make history, and boy, did it ever.
Mr. Trump made history last night. He will be the first convicted felon to be president of the United States.
On women's rights, Trump's policies felt pulled from a steakhouse basement in 1952. Desi sliced through the misogyny with sharp wit and raw exasperation. His disasters, treated like TV premieres. His ratings obsession, comedy fuel. Lawyers line up indictments like punch cards, 10th one's free. Dictators send him love notes he collects like baseball cards traded for democracy. Desi exposes the circus for what it is. Dangerous, absurd, and begging for laughter.
And even though the plan was totally perfect in every way, his staff spent the entire next day walking back every single part of it.
The president said his intention was to remove Palestinians from Gaza permanently.
If we can get a beautiful area to resettle people permanently.
But today, the press secretary said it would be temporary.
The president has made it clear that they need to be temporarily relocated out of Gaza for the rebuilding of this effort.
Oh, Trump's press secretary just had her first walk.
The debates. Performance art from a man who thinks yelling equals victory. Trump's speeches unravel into incoherent word soup, and Desi turns every line into a dagger. His environmental stance mirrors a villain with a grudge against trees rolling back regulations to clear his golf view. Rallies become merch fairs louder than meaningful. Walls. Just billboards for his ego billed to taxpayers. Desi highlights the showmanship, exposing how every act is theater minus the sense.
Trump wasn't there to talk about Joe Biden. He was there to talk about America's proud military history. And that went great, too.
Recently, other countries celebrated the victory of World War I. France was celebrating, really. They were all celebrating. The only one that doesn't celebrate is the USA, and we're the ones that won the war. Without us, you'd all be speaking German right now. Maybe a little Japanese thrown in.
know what you're thinking. Why would we be speaking Japanese when they were on our side?
Social media turned Trump's tantrums into a daily sitcom. Every post a diary entry from alternate reality. Desi roasted every typo meme and enemy list like leftovers at Thanksgiving. Allies treated like dinner guests with no food negotiations like soap operas. Even his health reports read like Photoshop fan fiction. His brand thrives on denial and distraction, but Desi Lydic chipped at the ego statue until it wobbled. And the roast? Still going because the scandals never stop.